Hey everyone, it's Mike. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the other videos. Today we're going to be talking about food for an Appalachian Trail through hike. For this episode, we'll be starting at the beginning of the day with breakfast and moving to the middle of the day, and then ending up with supper and after supper snacks. So just some big picture ideas is to try to get enough calories in. I typically consume about 3,000 calories a day, but on the Appalachian Trail, most people burn about 4,500 to 5,000 calories a day, depending on the number of miles and change in elevation. I like to start my day with coffee. So I've tried a lot of different options. There's some instant coffees, a few things I've ordered. That works pretty well. There's standard instant coffee there, but what I've really grown to like are these packets. So they're just real easy. Just open a packet and add hot water or cold water if I don't have my stove with me, and have some coffee in the morning. Of course, the Starbucks packets taste a little better. Another breakfast option is oatmeal, and this is easy to make yourself. So you just put this in a Ziploc bag. These are quick oats. Add hot water, and then to that can add some sugar, can add blueberries, can add nuts, coconut. Some days I won't really feel like getting breakfast ready. I just want to get up and go, so I may start with just a kind bar, a protein bar. Another great option for breakfast or any time during the day for a snack are these honey stinger waffles. They taste great, and on that you can just slather lots of peanut butter or one of these trail butters. We've got almond butter by Justin's, and that goes really well with the honey stingers. That's a great way to get started, fuel up, and get going pretty quickly during the day. Also with breakfast, I usually like to have some prunes, and so a couple prunes each day, maybe raisins, cherries. It's a nice addition, get the fruit in. And then sometimes I'll go ahead and start with nuts just to get a slow burn fuel going for the day, just to have enough calories to get started for the day. Now for the middle of the day, I'm not really thinking of lunch. I'm just thinking of about 4 or 5 snacks or fuelings throughout the day, trying to get 200 or 300 calories in about every hour, hour and a half. Stop, be sure to stay hydrated, get calories in. So high calories are going to be, of course, nuts and trail mixes. There's a lot of different types of nuts available. Sometimes it's hot and you don't really feel like eating, so we're looking at something you can drink. And so here's a superfood blend, and I can just put some of that powder in my cup and add water and stir it up, and that's going to give me a lot of nutrients, a lot of veggies, a lot of protein. Another option is Carnation Instant Breakfast Packets, and you can put that with some PB Fit powder. These are powders. You add water, stir them up, and get a lot of calories in. Other options during the day to stay fueled, in addition to things like trail mix, are going to be a variety of bars. I like Pro bars and Lara bars and others that are just a little healthier, not quite as much sugar in them. Found some of these by Meals to Go, and these can be broken in pieces and eaten during the day, or could serve as just a meal if you don't want to cook a meal and need a lot of calories. So high calorie item here. Moving on into the day to supper, a lot of these items are going to require water. So let me show you a bit about how that works. So to make all these awesome foods, they're all dehydrated or freeze-dried, so you've got to rehydrate. Some of them take a while, 10 minutes. If you're cold soaking, it might take 45 minutes. So you've got to have a good, reliable water source, and I usually just go ahead and fill up my water bottle. And this is a reliable source, but in the backcountry, you'd do your filter process first, fill up your water bottles, or you can fill right from your filter bag into your pot. So you've got the water ready. But I like, even though we're boiling the water, we're only boiling it for about 2 minutes just to get it hot. So I like to go ahead and have filter water or a reliable water source. So nice when you get one like this where you can just pump away. Whatever I'm cooking for supper, if it's one of these packet foods, I'm going to take the packet, just open it up, and basically I can add hot water and eat right out of that packet. If I'm making my own food, or if I want to, I can dump the packet in my cup and eat out of the cup. But I'm going to be using this to just boil the water. On average on the AT, there's a town about every 3.5 days, so you're pretty much planning enough food to get to the next town. So you don't want to carry extra weight in your pack, and all these are pretty light, between 4 and maybe 6 ounces per meal. Again, it's dehydrated, and so all these you're going to be adding water to rehydrate. And they all have plenty of calories though. This one is just a 1 serving size, 340, but most of them have 600 to 800 calories for a serving. One of the foods I found and was able to order is really special to me, and this is Ukrainian borscht. And I was able to go to Ukraine on a couple mission trips and enjoyed their hospitality, enjoyed having borscht there, and we can be keeping them in our prayers for protection for the innocent and for salvation. So be praying for the people of Ukraine. You may be thinking, well, what do you do in a lot of these small towns? They don't have a lot of great resupply options. Well, sometimes we will ship a box to a few places, but a lot of times I've just learned to make food, so there's a lot of ways you can put things together to make your own food. A real tasty one is to take some of these Idahoan potato packets, which are not expensive, and put that with some kind of a meat. Here's some sun-dried tomato and basil, wild-caught tuna. You can put that with barbecue chicken. You could put that with salmon. So potatoes and a protein. So trying to get your starch and protein. Do the same thing with ramen noodles. Don't have the couscous out here, but a lot of times I like couscous. It fluffs up really nice. Gives you a lot of calories. So basically picking a starch, a carbohydrate, rice, ramen, potatoes, couscous, and then adding some type of protein to that. So in addition to protein and carb, I want to add some veggies. So here's a dehydrated or freeze-dried veggie option. Can add organic whole peas to that. Can add spinach to that. Got other veggies we can add in. And then finally, to boost the calories, to be sure I'm getting enough calories a day, you pretty much want to add oil. So you're going to add olive oil or avocado oil or ghee or coconut oil to just about everything you're going to eat. You're going to try to add oil to get another 600 or 800 or 1,000 calories in to boost that up. Another option with the couscous is just making my own with different spices. This tomato powder can add like an Italian seasoning or Italian herbs, and some of this to ramen to make sort of a spaghetti. So there's a lot of different options to be able to make your own food on the trail. Then one of the most fun times of the day is after supper. I like to have some chocolate, so a lot of times I'll carry a Dove chocolate or York peppermint patties. So having a couple pieces of chocolate, maybe hot chocolate, maybe hot tea. You could do hot chocolate with one of the milk powders or coconut milk powder, again to boost calories. There's other desserts you can purchase. I usually like doing these with groups, so when I'm with 2 or 3 other people hiking with others, we can share one of these because they actually get to be pretty big and a lot of calories. So having dessert in the evening is a nice treat. Sometimes you'll top that off with peanut butter or Nutella or something just to give a little more calories so that hiker hunger doesn't hit in the middle of the night and you're in your tent thinking about, should I go get my bear bag out of the tree and get a snack, or do I really just want to stay in my tent and be hungry till the morning? Well, I've enjoyed putting this together. A lot of you have asked, what are you going to eat when you're out there? So I hope this kind of explains it. Additionally, there's trail towns, so every 3 or 4 days I'll stop in town, get a good meal. If I stay in a hostel or a hotel, I'll get 2 good meals or 3 good meals in town, and then be able to stop in a grocery store and get some really healthy food that you can't find or eat on the trail that won't pack well. Fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, salads, things like that. So thanks for joining me this time, and look forward to seeing you in the future.